Hunter Johnson on the Fishbowl once again. Welcome.
What up, bro? How you doing?
Good, good, very good. What's going on?
Dude, just chilling, man. Just chilling. Got a day to relax today. I'm excited.
Nice, nice. I'm pretty much doing the same.
Word, dude. I feel that.
So March has apparently been like on record this year so far, one of the greatest months for movies.
Yeah, there's so many that I want to see right now that I'm hoping to catch at least one or two of them today. I'm kind of behind. The last one I saw was Get Out. And,
Yeah,
and I saw Split too. But I really want to see King Kong. I kind of want to see that Life movie as well.
well, I the one that I haven't seen is Get Out. I
Oh,
have
man.
I have seen Life and I've seen Kong Skull Island.
Okay, so together we've seen the three big ones.
Right, right.
Yeah, man. I recommend Get Out. I highly recommend Get Out. I went in with very, very high expectations just based on, what everyone was saying about it and the reviews that it was getting. And it really it blew me away. Like I thought it was a fucking fantastic movie. It was a great horror film. I highly recommend checking it out, dude.
I really want to because I'm a huge fan of both Jordan Peele and Keegan Michael Key, and they were talking about sharing on Facebook. I'm sure you've seen that they're talking about assigning a live action Akira film to Jordan Peele to direct because he did such a good job with Get Out.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm not, admittedly, I'm not a huge fan of anime, so I don't know much about Akira, if anything at all. But I am very excited to see what Jordan Peele does in his future because his film was fantastic. He's got a bright future.
I think I hear a dog in the background.
I have two little puppies, and they started to wrestle. I'm gonna try to keep them at bay here during this interview. So that's Camper and Bandit. So if they make their voices heard, that's who it is.
Awesome. Well, to Camper and Bandit, welcome to the Fishbowl as well.
They say what up.
um, I can say that Kong Skull Island was phenomenal.
I
Um,
really want to see it.
we are entering an age where, like how they've made uh, film references or motifs that kind of are characters like anti-heroes that is like a statement that contradicts itself. Well, I'm about to make a statement about Kong that kind of contradicts itself, but that's what this movie is. And it's basically a B grade movie with a blockbuster budget. You have all the B grade movie elements. You have giant monsters fighting each other. You have a mad scientist. You have a crazy war general. And you have a guy that knows how to handle himself to get the rest of the people through the situation. And I went in with, you know, my expectations being like I knew what this movie was, from the trailer, but it still blew me away. The whole ride through it had some awesome death scenes, and there is quite a good bit of Kong actually in it, like fighting monsters and stuff. These skull crawler things. I mean, it's really really worthwhile. And then Life, what really blew me away also. I didn't know that the guys who wrote Life also the guys who wrote Deadpool, which would
Yeah,
explain Ryan Reynolds being in it. And spoiler alert, he dies, but he has the greatest death scene in the film.
nice.
And he has a reference that movie reference that he says in the movie, that only Ryan Reynolds would pick this character to be in it for a short period of time, but just so he can say this line. And my horror movie, vibes are giggling. When he said this, and he basically says when they're like reanimating the alien, he's like, "This is some real reanimator shit." and
Nice.
and the lady astronaut's like, why would you use that movie reference? And he's like, because it's relevant. And the lady's like, no, it's not. And he's like, it is if you're a nerd.
Nice,
Classic,
nice.
classic. I love Ryan Reynolds.
I do too. Ryan Reynolds is one of my favorite actors. I'm definitely going to see it. And in regards to Kong Skull Island, I grew up on Godzilla and King Kong. I actually, back in the day when I was doing community theater in Milwaukee as a kid, I wrote a monologue about King Kong that I used to audition for a play. And King Kong is always just one of those characters that I always had a special uh, love for, just because he is both the villain, but he's also not. He's acting out of his animal instincts, and he's not malicious, and he's just taken from his home and put in this other element. And how would you react if that was happening to you? So I always thought he was a great example of both a villain of a movie, a monster of a movie, but also this very sympathetic character that I think that a lot of people can relate to in a weird way, in the sense of you know uh, in this weird way of maybe being betrayed by love, or being taken from your home, and being in a new element that's unfamiliar and makes, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
um,
yeah, definitely.
yeah, so I always loved King Kong, and I'm very happy that you said, Sam, that there's a lot of action in the new Kong, because that's exactly why I want to see the movie. I'm probably going to try to even catch it maybe today, because like I grew up on Godzilla. That new Godzilla that came out a couple years ago just didn't do it for me. There wasn't enough Godzilla. Like there wasn't, like everyone was like, yeah, it's a slow burn. It's a slow burn. But when I see a Godzilla movie or when I see a Kong movie, I'm not into it to watch the characters. I'm into it to watch fucking giant monsters fight giant monsters, or giant monsters fight army, or giant monsters fight city. So
Right.
I'm very happy to hear you say that there's a lot of monster action in Kong. I'm very much looking forward to checking that out.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way about the last Godzilla movie, and I was talking about it with my coworker at work, and I think there's a YouTube smash, spliced together of like all the screen time that Godzilla had in the that last Godzilla movie, and it's like under 12 minutes total.
Yeah, yeah, that's in that number seems high to me. Like, just being an
Right.
audience member in that theater, I was like, every time Godzilla came on the screen, they cut away to a different scene, and I was like, what the
Right.
hell? Like every time Godzilla like rises up out of the ocean or steps foot into the city, they would cut to like characters like in a room talking. And I get it. Like, it was a good story. Like, and I get what they were trying to do, and I'm not hating on it, but it just wasn't the movie I wanted.
You want to see some destruction. You want to see Godzilla like actually destroying shit. Like
Oh
that's
yeah.
why that's why he's the king of all monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think I mean with what we got with Kong Skull Island. I mean it's like it's a fun movie. It's like John C. Riley is hysterical in it. And it's a prequel to the Godzilla movie because it takes place like starting out world towards the end of World War II, and then basically the majority of the film takes place right at the end of the Vietnam War.
Word.
And Samuel L. Jackson is fucking awesome in it. He is the war crazy general, and it's like basically he's one of the best Sam Jackson characters that I've seen in a long time. He really, really plays that role well. And Tom Hiddleston's great. Um, John Goodman's great as like the mad scientist, quote unquote. And it's just a fun movie. Like the characters are really well developed. You have like a group of army men that you get to know through just they're like they don't even have that much backstory, but it's through like the dialogue that it's like they have enough backstory through whatever shit they've been through Vietnam, that it's like they have a connection, which is like, it's like I cared about the characters. I cared, you know, when they died, you know, and I was like entertained through and through.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I can't wait to see it.
And if you do see it today, I highly recommend 3D.
Okay.
This is a movie you definitely want to see in the 3D if you can.
Awesome. Yeah, I probably will. I'll hit that IMAX up.
Yeah, yeah, that's where it's at. This is one to see in 3D. Now, Ghost in the Shell came out this weekend, and I know you said you're not a big fan of the anime series, but I am a big anime person, and that film looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks great. Like I said, I know nothing about the character, the backstory, but it looks intriguing.
it's it from what it looks like through the live action. They're sticking pretty true to what the original anime film was. I can tell they've changed some stuff around just to make it more adaptable for live action and for an American audience. But I'm probably going to see that definitely this weekend at some point because that's one I've been waiting for. Um, One movie that I am excited for, and I have to just bring this up because I saw you posted this on Facebook um, in reference to uh, Arnold Schwarzenegger's Aftermath, and you just happened to be strolling through LA or something, and you saw Arnold riding his bike.
Yeah, yeah. I saw him down at Venice Beach. Totally just randomly, he was just riding his bike with probably 4 or 5 bodyguards behind him riding their bikes. So it's just totally random.
Yeah,
Yeah, you said it's Aftermath? I haven't. I'm
Aftermath.
unfamiliar with that.
Yeah, he's really like stepping up his dramatic acting roles in his uh, you know old age.
Interesting, interesting. I'm gonna have to look into that one. I'm a huge Schwarzenegger fan. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, I have not heard of that one. I've been like living in a bubble this last few months on this job, so I haven't been able to surf to catch up on shit.
yeah. It looks like it's like he's like the father of he's like the father and his um, wife and daughter and granddaughter or something die in a plane crash that this air tower control guy accidentally gives the wrong information and causes like two planes to crash into each other.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and basically like the air traffic control guy like has to change his name and get a new identity, and they're trying to like the airline is trying to like give reprimands to Schwarzenegger for some outrageous um, life insurance policy or something, and he's like, no, I want this guy to like answer for what he did and say he's sorry. So tensions basically rise between Schwarzenegger tracking this guy down and um, the other guy trying to like live a new life, and it's not quite sure like who's the good guy and who's the bad guy because they both kind of like seem like they're both innocent but guilty, with where their feelings are at and everything, and it's all leading up to like a confrontation that Schwarzenegger's going to confront this guy on.
Interesting.
Looks
Sounds
interesting.
good.
Yeah, yeah. And then he has two other movies coming out this year. One that's like a throwback to kind of like his Conan Red Sonja days. I forget what it's called, but apparently it's going to have Charles Dance and Jackie Chan and like a whole bunch of other people in it that are like famous action stars, and it's like a fantasy adventure film. And then he has a movie called We're Trying to Kill Gunther, or While We're Killing Gunther. And this movie I'm very excited for because the premise that I read is basically like Schwarzenegger is Gunther, who's like the world's top assassin, and all these other assassins are getting like fed up with him like basically stealing the thunder. So they devise a plan to like kill Gunther, but like Gunther's like who's Schwarzenegger again is like ahead of them at every step.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can only imagine. That sounds like classic Arnold movies right there.
Yeah, yeah, right. Like this is what I'm like highly excited for. Like Aftermath looks good, you know. But you know, while we're killing Gunther, that I'm really excited for. That reminds me of like the twins and you know, like Kindergarten Cop, you know, and just stuff that you're right, like just classic Arnold.
Yeah, hell yeah, yeah. Don't ever try to kill Arnold Schwarzenegger in a movie. It's not
Right.
going to go well for you.
Right. I mean, there's a reason they call him the Terminator.
Yeah, yeah. If your last name's not Linda or Hamilton, you're in for trouble.
Right. Or Sarah Connor.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
John Connor for that matter.
yeah. Hell yeah.
You know, my friend posted on Facebook a while back. He took a photo. I think it was outside of CVS, and the pharmacist name was John Connor, and it was spelled you know the same way. And he posted it on Facebook, and like nobody really liked it except for me, and like maybe one other person. And I'm like,
That's
how can you
awesome.
not get the joke in that?
Yeah, yeah. Here he is working at CVS, and one of these days he's gonna save the world.
Right. I mean, we already decided to name one of our actual like defense computers Skynet, so you know it's bound to happen.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's already deep in the works, bro. We're all fucked.
Right. Right. And end of the world as we know it. But
Yeah,
I feel fine.
yeah, yeah. I do too, man. If Skynet blows us all up right now, it's been fun. It's been fun for real.
Right. Right. You know, just you know, do it after you know, just we get some of the movies that you know we've been waiting for. Like
That's true.
I want to say like just you know get us to like if it's after like let me see the Predator in theaters, you know, and then we'll be good,
Hell yeah, I'm
you
into
know,
that. I'm
just
into that.
which you know back to Keegle Mike and Key, he looks like a badass in Shane Black's The Predator.
I haven't seen any of the promo stuff from it, but I'm excited about it. I mean, there's a couple franchises that no matter how hard they fuck them up, I want them to keep trying.
Right.
Like, and Predator is one of those. Like Alien movies, Predator movies, Terminator movies. I'm all about them. Just keep them coming. Even if there's some duds in there, just keep more coming. You know.
I'm in total agreement. Like, you know, as much as I love Schwarzenegger, you know, Terminator Genesis was bad. That was bad, but I'll rewatch it because he's in it. You know,
I liked it. I had a guilt. It was bad. I'm not denying that, but I liked it a lot better than Terminator Salvation. To be honest with you.
oh, see, I love Salvation. Like
Oh no.
I loved it. I loved it. I was like it tied together the timelines like it was supposed to where they left it off, and I like you know, I know he was doing his governorship at the time, but you know, I like that movie was a step up to a lot of the. It was like because I always wanted to see more of the future, you know, like the post-apocalyptic future, and that's why I liked it.
But you know, my beef with it is that yeah, like that's the movie I want to see, the future war. I don't, I'm done with the traveling back to the past, etc. Like I just want to see John Connor and a group of guys fighting the machines. Which unfortunately, Terminator Salvation. I remember watching the trailers, thinking that it looked amazing. The trailers were brilliant, like they were so fucking good. But then the movie itself, you never got that scene of hundreds of troops fighting thousands of Terminators. You never got that in that movie. Like, and even the end was just another single Terminator against single guy. And I don't know, dude. I thought it was a big missed opportunity.
Well, they also had like two more plans. Like it was supposed to be like the first in a trilogy, and they they canned it for whatever reason, and then Terminator Genesis was supposed to be the first in a trilogy that they canned after it doing worse than Terminator Salvation.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that they haven't seemed to. I don't know. What I want to see is the first 10 minutes of Terminator 2 for 2.5 hours. I want to
Exactly.
see. That's what I.
Exactly.
That's the movie people want to see. But Terminator Salvation was. I don't know, man. And that I mean, personally, like, just between you and me and whoever listens to this, that's like my top three least favorite movies of all time, dude. I was so bummed by that movie, dude. I was so bummed, mostly probably because I was super hyped for it, but yeah, I never got to see that future war that I really wanted. Maybe I don't know, maybe I'm just being too hard on it, but
Well, I have some good news for you. I don't know if this is like official, but I did share this on Facebook a while back. I hear that James Cameron is returning to uh, write a new Terminator film. He's
I
not
hope
going to
so,
direct
dude.
it, but I think what's supposed to happen is the guy who directed Deadpool is supposed to direct the new Terminator film that James Cameron is writing.
I would be all about it, even if James Cameron just was a production assistant on the new Terminator movie.
Right.
I just want him involved in some way. You know, yeah, that's what the franchise really needs. That's what it needs. It needs that lifeblood that Cameron can only give it.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit for this, but I was one of the guys that was like, "What the fuck was he doing with Avatar?"
Nice. Yeah, I don't necessarily blame you for that. I liked Avatar, but it wasn't his best work.
Yeah, I mean, Avatar was cool to see in theaters when you're really baked in
Oh yeah.
3D or IMAX 3D for that matter. But it's like once you see it once, it's like, man, can't you just do another Terminator film or like
Yeah.
another Alien? Just something that's like not this, like or Titanic, you know, like
Yeah, I don't blame you for that. That makes
like
sense.
give us another True Lies. Give us True Lies too. We all want that.
Yeah, and now they're doing like five more fucking Avatar movies. So
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? Why?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm like, that's
It's
something we don't need, you know.
when you're James Cameron though, you can just make whatever the fuck movie you want. I
It's
mean, he could
true.
he could make a movie about dancing, talking babies, and it would get a massive wide release. You know.
It would. It definitely would. You know. I mean, I'm happy that it's like if he is really returning to Terminator, thank thank you, thank you. That's what we've been waiting for almost 30 years. Like
Yeah.
like
Fingers crossed, dude.
right. Or another Alien movie. I know Ridley Scott's busy with it right now, and I'm all in. Alien Covenant looks fucking amazing.
I'm
Um,
cautiously optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic.
so am I. It looks good from the trailer, because like I liked Prometheus. I mean, I go back and forth on my feelings with Prometheus. I mean, now that I know that what with the trailer for Alien Covenant, like what to somewhat expect, I'm like, okay, this could be cool, but at the same time, you know, I liked Prometheus so much that I'm like, why did this have to be a prequel to Alien? Like, why couldn't this be its own movie? You know,
Yeah.
um, but Alien Covenant looks great. I'm glad they're going back to xenomorphs and like now that they have neomorphs and xenomorphs, like I'm excited. I'm excited to check it out. It looks good. Um, at least from the trailer, but like you said, definitely be optimistic.
Yeah, for sure. I wasn't super huge on Prometheus mostly because, I wanted another Aliens movie and
Right.
it was a totally different spin. Um and the first Covenant trailer that came out, I was like, ugh, I don't know, I just don't know. It looks like Prometheus 2. It doesn't look like a new Aliens movie. It looks like a new Prometheus movie. But then that second one that dropped a couple weeks ago, then I was like, okay, all right, this could work. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
yeah, I want the xenomorphs. You know, it's just like with the King Kong, like we were saying earlier. You know, with Aliens movie, I want to see fucking a group of people fighting a group of aliens. You know, like Terminators, I
Exactly.
want to see a group of people fighting a group of Terminators. Like, you know, I get that they want to do more with the story, but give the people what they want, man. I just want to see
Exactly.
people fighting aliens.
Exactly. That's why I'm super excited for Shane Black's The Predator. Like I keep looking who they're adding to the cast, and I'm like, holy shit, this might be like no Schwarzenegger Predator will always be the best Predator of all time, but this I like the Predator the actual Predator movies like I thought were all individually awesome.
I
Like
agree.
Predator was probably the best just because it's Schwarzenegger. But Predator 2 was really, really good. And a lot of people hate on that one, but I thought it was really, really good. I mean, how can you not like Predator 2? Like you got more weapons. You have the ship. You have a clan of predators. And they go more into how the predators actually have personalities. Because like the predator in the first Predator movie was like an honorable predator, um, follow like the code of the warrior. But like the predator in Predator 2 was more of like had more of a vindictive personality because it stalked Danny Glover's character, and out of spite, for Danny Glover like stealing his kill at the beginning of the movie, kills his friend Danny, but still returns like the necklace later on in the movie because it's out of honor, but like he's
Word.
he's like has like a vindictive personality, and then Predators I thought was fucking great, like way to think outside the box, you know.
Yeah, yeah. That one was good too. I enjoyed it. I love Predator 2 as well. I think that's criminally underrated.
Yeah, definitely. And basically, Jake Busey got added to the cast of the Predator. So I'm like,
Oh, nice.
yeah. So I'm like wondering there if there's like a rumor going around now if he's supposed to be like Peter Keyes' his son, who was Gary Busey's character in Predator 2.
Yeah, interesting. That could be cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited. They added Thomas Jane to the cast, which I'm like,
Nice.
what character is he gonna play? It's like we got Olivia Munn, Boyd Holbrook, who just did a phenomenal job. He might be my favorite X-Men villain now, from Logan. Um, have you seen Logan yet?
I haven't, dude. That's also on my list. I'm so far
Oh,
behind.
oh my God! Talk about one you gotta see. If I would see if you can see two movies this weekend, make it Logan first and then Kong. Um, Logan is it's like you know they not only like gave you like hardcore graphic violence with an R rating for that movie, but it's like they also gave you like a really really well developed story, and
Nice.
it's like a sad story also. You know, once I'm not gonna say anything more for anybody who has not seen Logan yet, but holy shit, I would not be surprised if Hugh Jackman gets an Oscar nod for that film.
I've been hearing some buzz about that. You know, it'd be a big upset, but I'd be all about it, man.
It's ridiculous. I mean, it's like one. It's like they said we're gonna give you an R rating. I mean, they did not hold back in any form with like, okay, so like Wolverine now is R. Let's let's really milk this for what it's worth. What can
Yeah,
we do
yeah.
with mutants like actually killing people now? and it's ridiculous. Like, he the way he just tears people apart. I mean, it's like the Wolverine that we've wanted for almost 20 years, in one movie, and it's almost like so good that it's like, Hugh Jackman, you can't give us this and leave. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like this is so freaking good. I'm like, I don't I and I hear that Ryan Reynolds has been camping out of Hugh Jackman's house, um, every chance he gets, trying to get him to continue doing the role. And I'm like, please, Ryan Reynolds, get him to do it. Because like what I've heard, Ryan Reynolds has in plans in the works for like the Deadpool, you know, future of X-Men universe is like, I heard he wants to do like Deadpool versus the Punisher, um, you
Oh,
know,
dope.
like just ridiculous ideas that it's like, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun now that Ryan Reynolds has established Deadpool, like paving the way for Logan, which is going to pave the way for um, how many other awesome like R-rated comic book movies to
Well,
come.
now Venom, they're saying Venom's going to be R-rated.
Yeah, that is another one I'm really excited for that I keep hearing in 2018, because they're talking about Venom is going to be like sci-fi horror action.
Yeah, yeah. I'm way into that. Venom was always one of my favorites growing up.
Yeah, Venom and Carnage.
Yeah, for sure.
Those were my two favorite villains also. Like those I mean, Venom was interesting because he was like, you know, he was like a character that still had morals, but it's like he enjoyed the power, where like Carnage was just like a serial killer
Yeah,
who
yeah.
liked killing. Which if they, I let's hope they do a good job with it, because I would love to see a Carnage movie also.
I'm sure Carnage will make an appearance in Venom. I would be very surprised if he didn't.
Yeah, yeah, or at least maybe not the first one, but if the first one does well, I'm sure it's in the works down the road.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
But I also hear they're doing a new Chucky movie, which I already saw is like posted on IMDb's release date for this year.
Yeah, it's in the works. I think it might already be shot. It's funny because I got to meet Don Mancini, um, probably about a year ago or a year and a half ago, and he was talking about the Child's Play franchise and how he wanted to, there was talk about rebooting it or talk about continuing with the same characters, and he was on the side of continuing with the same characters, and I'm glad that it appears that way. That's what's happening. That it's not a total reboot. Like it's going to have Jennifer Tilly. It's going to have the original Andy. Um,
And
so I'm
Fiona
really like
Marie.
I love the Chucky movies. So I hope they keep those characters. Keep those stories going. And I like that they've been getting weirder and weirder. Like I'm all about a new Chucky. I love Chucky.
Chucky is great. I mean, the last one like really surprised me at how good it was.
Yeah, me too. And the ending was fucking great. Like I loved that it was all connected.
Yeah, yeah. It's like that one was I don't even know how to describe Curse of Chucky. It's like a sequel, remake, reboot, like continuation, like all in one movie. Like
Yeah.
it was like the horror movie that never ended, and I loved like every bit of that film. It went back to like the first Chucky movie with how it was shot, with like more like the mystery behind Chucky,
Yeah.
but like it was still full on like Chucky, you know.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I can't wait for the new one, man. That's another franchise. Just keep them fucking coming. If Brad Dourif's in, keep them coming.
Exactly, exactly. And I am really interested to see what Danny McBride is going to do with the Halloween movie.
You know, he's fortunate enough to be going after two Halloween movies that a lot of people didn't like. Um, so I think that he's got a good chance of making something good. And I like Danny McBride as a comedian, and obviously now he's trying to get into a different space, which is great. Good for him. So I'm curious. I'm going to give him a fair shot at it and see what he can bring to it. I wasn't a huge fan of the Rob Zombie adaptations, but I'm, in the fact that Carpenter may or may not be involved to a certain degree is another sign of confidence for me that McBride's going to do something right.
Right. I mean, I just shared today. I don't know if you read it yet, but they casted who is going to play Michael Myers.
Ooh, who?
I don't know if this is a joke, but Danny McBride said he was pushing for Michael Cera to play Myers.
I hate to say it, bro. I think it's a joke. It's April Fool's
Yeah,
Day. There's no
yeah,
fucking way Michael Cera is playing Mike
yeah,
Myers.
yeah. It has to be a joke too because I'm like, no, that doesn't sound right. You
Be the
know,
most awkward Michael Myers ever.
right? It's like it's like super bad Michael Myers.
Hey, I want to kill you, but I also kind of want to get laid.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
that's funny, dude. Yeah, no, I hope he does well with it. Um, I can, I'm not going to speak against reboots or anything like that, just because it's the way of Hollywood now. So as long as people are doing them right, I'm all about it.
Right.
Uh, yeah, and well, I guess it's not even a reboot. From my understanding, it's
It's a direct
basically a
sequel
remake of
to
Part Two, right?
yeah,
Is that?
part two.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I can get behind that. Like, fuck it, let's do it.
I'm all in. That gets me really excited. Like, part two was probably like my favorite next to like part one and two were just two was like one and two were really where it was at, but two was like just that was probably my favorite Michael Myers of all time.
Well,
Like
two had the benefit of just being a body count movie,
right,
uh, which because it took place 10 minutes after the first one ended. Like they didn't have to establish the scares and the fucking characters and blah blah blah. Like they're like, all right, we know who this guy is. We know where he is. He's just gonna kill a lot of people. So I can get behind two.
yeah, yeah. Two and just the way it ended also was
Oh yeah, yeah,
like that one it literally went out with a bang. Like
yeah.
yeah, two I just think was a little more terrifying also, because the kills were more graphic, you know, just like you said, the body count was upped, you know,
Yeah,
it,
significantly.
right, it was it's like this guy like deserved to get killed the way he does, but now to be resurrected by Danny McBride, I'm I'm I am very anxious to see what he's going to do with it. That should be interesting. I also saw that they're apparently so into like just rebooting stuff or adding on, I should say, that this year, this October, we're getting a Halloween movie. It's apparently going to be a sequel to Halloween Resurrection, and then next year we're going to get a brand new Halloween movie that's going to totally like disregard all the other Halloween movies. And
Interesting. I did not know that. That's crazy.
yeah,
Huh. I don't know how I feel about a Halloween Resurrection sequel. That was a little. I loved H2O though.
yeah, H2O was great. I mean, I was actually going to say probably the three greatest Michael Myers movies, at least the way I rank them, is 2, 1, H2O.
Yeah, I would go one H2O two. I loved H2O.
Yeah, I might even change that around. I'd probably go 2, H2O 1. That's
Tricky.
that's that's just at least me. But yeah, H2O, I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah, I agree. I used to watch that when I was younger and get scared shitless.
Yeah, I mean, I played like the game on the DVD special features that they had with H2O, and it was like, I didn't understand how the game worked, and it's like you had to guess like certain trivia facts, and if you got the answer wrong, like it cut to like the scene where Josh Hartnett gets stabbed in the leg by Mike.
Nice.
And I'm like, what? Oh, I guess I got it wrong. Like,
That's funny. Then you start to like just try to get them wrong just so you can watch Josh Hartnett get stabbed over and over.
exactly.
Yeah, that's wild, dude. That was a classic growing up.
Yeah, the '90s, man. Great times. Great
Great time
times.
for horror. Great
Great
time for
time. Yeah, the one movie that like I think is like a forgotten classic that's actually from the guy who did the Mummy movies, um, was Deep Rising. Do you
Oh
remember
my
that
god,
movie?
I love that movie. That's a fucking fantastic movie. Great monster movie. Great
Right.
monster.
Like, and the way that ended, it was like Kong Skull Island is basically what is like I picture the sequel to that movie being. You know?
That's awesome. Yeah, that was a fucking great movie. I agree. That's one that nobody ever really talks about, but they totally should. Like super gory, super full of action, great characters. Famke Janssen's totally hot in that movie. Sorry, but yeah,
Totally.
really, really good movie.
Right. It was like you had a lot of stars in that movie too. Like you had Treat Williams, the guy who plays Benny from the Miami movie, which is like
Yeah.
why he's in all that guy's movies. Um, you had Wes Sudi, um, so many Jason Fleming, like so many other people in that movie. There's like that was definitely a lost gem.
Yeah, I agree. I wonder how that movie even did, like, because I didn't see it until it was out on video. But
Right.
I'm curious if it like flopped or if it was a success. I'm gonna look into that just because it is a fun movie. It's really fun.
Right. And I'm like surprised they haven't done like an official like Blu-ray release of that yet.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm surprised.
Like
Yeah, the effects are great in that movie.
it's Rob Bottin.
Word.
Yeah, that like you can tell because like when you go back and watch it, it has the same um ripple stairway effect that is in the thing.
Oh, far out.
Like you know what I'm talking about when the boards like go up, like ripple effect.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. There's that's also in Deep Rising, and
Interesting.
it's classic. It's like classic Rob Bottin, like guy who did RoboCop, Total Recall, The Howling, like master effects artist.
That's dope, dude. I had no idea that he did Deep Rising.
Yeah, I didn't know that till like later on, but when I went back and watched that movie, I was like, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, yeah, I can see it. I might watch that again. Uh, I've got that one on DVD.
Yeah, I got that on DVD too. I'm like, until they do like a single like official release of that on Blu-ray, like some collector's edition, please, Scream Factory, Shout Factory, one of you guys, like do it.
Yeah, they will. It'll get out.
The one I am excited for, it actually comes out on my birthday this year. I already pre-ordered it. Is Tales from the Hood.
Oh, nice, nice. I haven't seen that one in years.
That that is I think should be rated as like one of the best horror films of the '90s.
Yeah, very iconic.
I mean, like not too many people remember that movie unless like you grew up with it, or even know about it unless you grew up with it. And
Yeah,
that sucks because that movie is like amazing. Like that's one of the most like original, like raw, authentic, just in captures the essence of what a horror movie should be.
I'm gonna have to give that one another view. I watched it when I was much younger. Because that's kind of it's like an anthology setup, right? Isn't there
Yeah,
like
yeah.
three stories? Word.
It's like three or
Yeah,
four stories. Yeah.
yeah. I'm trying to remember some of the segments.
My favorite is the one with Corbin Burnson. Do you remember this one? He's like an ex KKK member that's running for like to be senator, and he like shacked up in like an old plantation house in like somewhere in the South where there was this huge like mass murder of slaves in like the 1800s, and supposedly there was like this voodoo witch that like took all the souls of the slaves and put them into dolls and like placed them somewhere in the house, and basically the dolls are there and like have the souls of the slaves in them and come to life and like get him, try to kill him, and eventually get him in the end.
I don't recall that one, but I definitely need to watch this movie again now. Jeez.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And then, dude, David Allen Greer was in it,
Far out.
and he like you never expect him to play the role that he plays. He's not funny in this movie at all. Like he's like the antagonist. Like you know, and then what's his name? Clarence Clarence Williams the third, I think it is. Um, it's just you got. I highly recommend you pre-order the collector's edition they're coming out with on Blu-ray. It's really a great horror movie with like a twist ending that it's like you didn't see coming.
Word, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna have to revisit that one for sure.
Awesome.
I love going back and watching some of those old ones that you haven't seen since you were a kid. It's like
Right.
a rush of deja vu.
Right. But we are at about almost 50 minutes here. I think that's a good place to stop. Uh,
Word, dude.
um, I like to ask if you have anything new to promote or anything coming up.
Oh man, dude, just all sorts of crazy shit. We're gonna be dropping the trailer for my next feature, Serena Waits, soon. We're like almost picture locked on it, so that'll be coming soon, and we're hoping to have that out. Premiere around Halloween time, which I'm excited about. I think people are gonna like the movie. But yeah, man, just gonna shoot another film in June called Irrational Fear, and then waiting for some projects that we already shot to come out. So all sorts of stuff, man. Just staying busy all the time.
Awesome, awesome. Now, last time we talked, I forgot to ask you if you were interested in possibly reading some of my work.
Oh, I'm down, dude. Yeah, what scripts?
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. Fucking
awesome.
shoot them over. Features?
I have like a few shorts right now.
Nice, nice. I'm into it. What genre? Or are you not allowed to talk on the cast about them?
It's definitely horror themed.
Word. I'm into it, dude.
Yeah, I'm all about horror sci-fi. Like basically all the movies we just talked about, all major influences in my writing. So I'm all in, man. I'm excited.
Nice, dude. Yeah, shoot them my way, dude, for sure. I'll check them out.
Awesome. Well, Hunter, it has been great having you on the Fishbowl. I think the sound and everything went great this time. So no no worries.
For sure, dude. No worries, man. I'm happy to come back anytime.
Awesome. Well, thanks for swimming in the bowl with me.
Yeah, likewise, dude. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. All right, man. Thanks.
All right. Peace out, brother.
Bye.